Hi, today we're going to do another aspect of the mind. This time we're going to take a look at moods. You know, there's so many ads on TV for depression that it's outrageous. And the amount of drugs they're trying to force down people's throats is from my point of view, terrible. Because if you're in good shape, you shouldn't need the drugs. The only reason you need drugs is based on your diet and your thinking. It's really that simple. You are what you eat, and you are what you think. That's why all of the work that I do is to help you on both levels, actually. You know, I tell you about diet from the point of view at get yourself an organic diet. As much as whatever it is that you like, even your snack foods, you can find a replacement in an organic, clean product, chemical-free as much as humanly possible. And your nuts, your grains, your fruits, your veggies, and as much living food as you could eat would be even better. Reduce the amount of protein, the meat, the fish, the fowl, okay? And dairy. Clean water. I'm a distiller fan. We've been drinking distilled water for the last 50 years that my wife and I are together. So we are firm believers in, obviously, distilled water. Having said all that, mood. From my point of view, a lot of the depression and the moodiness is because of the overabundance of sugar. And one of the things that happens, and this is where, you know, split personalities, the manic depressive comes into play, because 1 minute everything is hyper because you're wired up on sugar or caffeine, another detrimental product from my point of view, or substance. So you're wired, you feel great, everything is hunky-dory, and then you begin to crash. And then things get horrible, ugly, depressing. So what's the deal? Part of the problem is your adrenal glands are exhausted. And if you're not nourishing them with a good supplement, you know, take a look at some of my supplements for energy and stress. They're all about nourishing the adrenal glands. Because what your adrenal glands do is, as you've heard me say in the stress thing, they're the stress centers of your body. When you're under stress, they are the ones that put out the hormones. It's either the fight or flight kind of scenario. And so they require a lot of pantothenic acid. When your adrenal glands begin to falter, your blood pressure goes up, your immune system goes down, and the ability to regulate sugar is kind of out the window, because one of the roles of the adrenal glands is to talk to your liver. When the sugar in your bloodstream gets too low, your adrenal gland is supposed to tell your liver to secrete glycogen back in to the bloodstream so your cells will have fuel. Well, the catch-22 is if your adrenal glands are so exhausted, they can't talk to the liver, they got laryngitis, they can't talk. Guess what? Your energy levels go down and down and down. When that happens, that's when the mood really gets bad, ugly. Okay? And it's nothing personal. It's just a nutritional deficiency that's causing it. Now, obviously, there are some things you can see that are going to upset you and make you feel bad, lower your vitality, lower your mood. You need to understand those things. You need to understand the things that upset you. And even more importantly, why do they upset you? Why do they bring you down? Why do they create the doldrums? Another part of mood, now that I've said that, another part of mood is a lack of inspiration. What's going on in your life that you really don't care, or you're not inspired to change or move things around? Remember, your life is your co-creation. So whatever is going on, you can't blame others. You know, this is the finger we use to blame people. You made me do it. He made me do it. She made me do it. But look at your hand. And do that right now. Do it with me. If you look at your hand, you'll see 3 fingers are pointing back at you. And what that's saying is that you are the cause of your reality. Get it under control. Understand what's going on. Do the blank, go back to some of my things on the mind where I talk about the blank paper exercise. Do it. What are the things that bring you down? Why? Where does that come from? Anyway, not to be moody about all of this, but nourish your body. I guess I should have said not to be redundant. Nourish your body. Think about supplementation, and I don't care, and I would avoid food-bound, food-grown, food-enhanced supplementation, because if you're dealing with moods on a consistent basis and you really feel, then those food, they're not going to help you. There's not enough vitality, there's not enough nutrients. Your body needs fats, carbs, protein, light, air, water, vitamins, and minerals. And the amount of vitamins and minerals in these food-bound, food-grown, food-enhanced products is so minuscule. In my mind, as a holistic naturopath, there's not enough there to do you good to fix a problem. Period. You have any questions? You can always reach me here. In fact, at the CUTAteachings.org website, if you go to gifts, take a look at my disease symbology handbook. All of the books there are free. You can download them, you can read them online. And look up hypoglycemia as an example, because there is where a lot of the moods and depression are tied in. It's low blood sugar. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for listening. Hopefully this has helped elevate your mood to a new level of awareness and happiness. On that note, I will leave you and say thank you and be well and God bless.